Welcome back to the Nickel and Dime Football Show. It's your boy Suds coming in with the man behind the wheels of steel, Drew Harrison, the comedy guy. Listen, championship weekend is over. It is one game left. We are heading down to the final part of your NFL season. Was it worth it for you? If you weren't any of these two teams, hell no. That's what the answer is. Stick with us. We're talking all of it. Nickel and Dime.
Shawn, did you get the football feeling back? How you doing? How you doing over there?
Salty, petty, man. I'm feeling salty and petty.
Has the salty and petty level gone up, down, or stayed the same from when it first happened?
I'm definitely a woman scorned, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
just building.
It's just building. You know, it's something that I'll never forget. I'll never forget.
One man's in his robe. He's just giving up. He's just like, whatever.
It's been, man. Y'all lucky I cut my hair. You should have seen. It was a wreck over here. I haven't been the same, man. I haven't been the same, man. I have not been the same. But how you doing over there, man?
Good. You know, been watching the playoffs without a team, so I've just been able to enjoy the fantastic football that has been these playoffs. Again, two great games that goes down to the wire again, you know, one in overtime, one takes a fourth quarter comeback. Like, just as a football fan and a team whose franchise is just heading more towards the toilet, it's been fun.
Oh man, I'm glad somebody can enjoy it. Man. I mean, a lot happened though. A lot happened in those two games. Two very good games. If the scores indicate anything, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let's kick into it, man. The first game of the conference championship slate, the Cincinnati Bengals make it back to the Super Bowl by taking out the defending, reigning AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Man, I would say it was a surprise, but maybe it was a surprise to some of y'all, but your boy locked that one up. So I can't even say it's a surprise to me. Listen, I've been banging this drum every time the Cincinnati Bengals win. I'm like, I've been saying this shit for like 10 weeks. That they have the recipe.
I was about to say, I wanted to see how far you went back because me and you both fumbled that one. We both picked them dead last in the AFC.
Oh yes,
I looked back at the beginning of the season. We apologize.
What a quick turnaround. Listen, we are not beholden to anything on this show. What the tape shows is what we'll wind up going with. And early on in the season, they slept on Cincinnati, didn't know how Baby Burrow would come back. Clearly, he's come all the way back full circle. That man oozes championships, man. He oozes championships. I don't know how. It's the swag.
Yeah, no, he wore the chain. He had the real diamonds in the chain.
Yeah.
He makes too much money to have it be fake, he said. He had the black turtleneck, you know what I mean? He had the shades, the Cartier shades.
Like, you know what it was? That man came up looking like if Zach Morris was in a 90s R&B group.
He's the one that does the talking. He comes in like,
yeah. On the slow part. Yep. He's the bridge guy.
Babyface Burrow crushing it again.
Since
he wins on a McPherson field goal again. So
shout to Evan McPherson, man.
Keeping the kickers alive, man. On just a run of years where we have been down on the kicker as a whole, McPherson is single-handedly saving the kicking position in the general public's eye.
I tried to pick him up mid-season, I think he went off in one game for like 9 field goals. I don't know if the Bengals won that game or not, but I like the next week I tried to pick him up. Somebody snatched him up.
Oh yeah.
He's been consistent. Drew, I gotta ask just a couple of breakdowns at the end of this game. There's a lot that went on there, right? So how did you feel when they were setting up for the field goal? How did you feel? Like, did you want them to go for it? Did you want them to like run the clock out? What was you thinking there?
I mean, I wanted the Chiefs to win, so I was hoping they were gonna miss it.
Well, of course, but I guess
I
what
was
I'm
hoping,
asking.
hoping they were gonna, take a sack or something, just knock them out of field goal range,
Right.
and then they'd have to go for it and you turn it over.
I was a little nervous for the Bengals because one, your boy was laissez-faire, but I came back into it. I saw that the Chiefs was winning. Obviously, the furious comeback by the Bengals or whatever. So I know I want to get the situation. Let me give my synopsis. I'll give you, what I want to ask, honestly, because that's the question of the day is what in the hell went on in the Harrison household yesterday.
A lot of nervousness.
That we want to talk about it. We want to talk. It's only 2 games. It's only 2 games. So, bro, but like when they at that point in the game, to be blunt, I was like, man, they laying up, like they playing bitch ball. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a first down. They were in the red zone. The team was clicking, and then like they shut the offense down. You know what I mean? It's like if you have a chance to score a touchdown there, why not do it? And they laid up. Evan McPherson could have missed the field goal. You're right.
He could have, but
I would rather put it in the offense's hands than my kicker's hands. So, what was going on in your mind during the
game? Mahomes tried to do too much with his feet, and it ended up costing them at crucial times because he took 4 sacks. But those 4 sacks ended up being a loss of 39 yards.
Yeah, I saw the one that was like 17 or something like that. Something crazy.
So there was some times when he turned a 2nd and 8 into a 3rd and 15. You know what I mean? So for as useful as it was last week against Allen and Bills, it hurt him a little bit this week. But I mean, he still threw the 3 touchdowns. The offense still did fantastic. Right. They came out and looked like it was going to be a blowout. Looked like it was going to be massacre over in the story. See in the Super Bowl.
The offense it just looks like they went stale. Like
they did. They tried some things that didn't work. Some players didn't. No one took charge. Hardman and Hill got into it on the sideline. So. It was, they got some things to work out, but they'll be back. They'll be back next year. They're a perennial contender now. As long as Mahomes is at quarterback and Kelsey's at tight end. McKinnon coming on strong, they'd be stupid to let him go. They better lock him down for a couple of years.
Yeah, because Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's got some questions. He's got some questions to answer. Yeah.
Nice little insurance policy in Jerick McKinnon. So
yes, definitely.
They'll be back next year. We'll be talking about them this time next year in the season 3 of the podcast.
Yeah, and we'll get into the Bengals a little bit more, man. You know what I'm saying? Obviously they still in it, so we got a lot to talk about there. And Drew, I'll kick it to you on this, man. For as much as the Bengals gave up last week, that offensive line gave up last week, 1 sack given up in the AFC Championship game, which I think bodes well for them moving forward. That was a quick turnaround in the week, man. Quick turnaround from a nightmare to a dream. You know what I mean? So, what you got?
I'm calling it right now. Say one last thing on the Bengals, and we can move on to the other game. I'm calling it right now. Tyler Boyd had a rough game, but my man will make a big play in the Super Bowl. You can mark that down right now. We will be saying, my God, did you see that catch from Tyler Boyd at some point in the Super Bowl?
I can definitely understand prediction,
that. Since he's somehow become number 3 on the – I mean, I get it because Chase and Higgins are phenomenal and fantastic.
Yeah. But, I mean, and Boyd –
can you imagine Boyd being your number 3 receiver, though? Like, that sounds phenomenal.
It's an embarrassment of riches. I would have loved to have 3 receivers who could do things, but unfortunately we had a dirty play on one, and one guy decided it was done. He every day is a half day when you just leave, apparently. So.
I mean, hey, sometimes you gotta go, okay?
Golly, cost me a fantasy championship. I needed just one more point. I needed one catch, Antonio. I needed one catch.
I
And that
didn't
would have been the
know that not
difference.
only did he put your team's season in
Yeah.
jeopardy, but he
Yep.
ruined your fantasy football season too.
Yep. I mean,
Oh,
because I
so
had
you
him.
hate that man for life. Like, so he's
Yeah.
he's done in your book.
He's done. He's done.
There's no retribution.
It wasn't even like, because we don't do points. It was 1 point, bro. I needed one catch. 10 yards. I won the fantasy championship. One more catch. Yeah.
No.
Yep. I lost the fantasy championship point by 1 point.
Bacon bit on this.
That's why, like, so whenever we get Matt back on, he has the championship.
He did win.
But he got an asterisk on
back to back. He got the back.
He got an asterisk on now. That's all I'm saying. He did.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown.
Oh man. Well, the other game, I guess, that happened this week in the conference championships on the NFC side, the Los Angeles Rams are going to be the second consecutive team to play at home during the Super Bowl. They said they saw what you guys did last year. They're like, I like that. And they're like, well, I want to sleep in my own bed before the game, you know?
Yeah. And hopefully it goes awry for them, because I want to be the only team to ever do it. I want to be the only team to ever do it. I'm not shying away from the fact that I hate the Rams. You know what I'm saying? I hate the Rams. I hope everything bad happens to your team. I hope it does. I hope you lose in your home stadium. I can't. I'm biased. I'm biased. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pulling for the Bengals too. But.
Yeah, I mean, they're the better story, I think. Even though the Rams, like, mission accomplished, bro. Like, I mean, you paid for the free agents to come in. You gave away all those picks. This is why it's worth it. Nobody can say that it was a moot point now. You know what I mean? Because they but they got to win it. If they don't win it, all for naught. All for naught.
I'm waiting to see what comes back with Higbee. He had to leave the game early. Blanton stepped up, though. Stepped up. He made some big catches. The Rams scored 13 points in the fourth quarter.
They absolutely had to have it. They absolutely had to have it. And I mean, I guess it is good for them that they are able to turn it on at the drop of a hat. You know what I mean?
When they need to. Yeah. Stafford had an impressive line, 31 for 45, 337, 2 touchdowns, a pick, and then a couple of 100-yard receivers, Cup with 142 and a touch, and OBJ with 113.
Oh, yeah, Cup had 2 TDs.
Yeah.
Can't
read my own handwriting.
It happens to all of us, literally. If you write anything fast, it's happening. But yeah, like Drew, they got Odell Beckham involved a lot more. 9 catches on 11 targets. I mean,
he's everywhere, and he came up big at the right times.
Yeah,
a lot of third down conversions for him. A lot of getting free. There was one where he caught it well short of the first down, but fought his way to the first down. So we saw vintage OBJ. Yeah. He cares, and that's weird to see.
But he should be, because that man should be fresh as hell. It wasn't like he was just running. He was running wind sprints.
He was
running wind sprints in Cleveland. That's all he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Baker wasn't getting on the ball. He should be fresh. He's not injured.
Wasn't taking any hits.
this is exactly. This is the closest he's been to football glory, man. So like, why that? Like, if you're gonna give your body up, now is the time to do it. You know what I mean?
Definitely helps a future Hall of Fame case with the Super Bowl championship.
Hell yeah. I do love the shout out to you for bringing up Kendall Blanton, man. 5 for 57.
He was everywhere after Higbee went out. It was great.
Yeah. And like, you know, Van Jefferson, it's a multiple offense. Like they have plenty of weapons that they can get it to, and it doesn't have to be Cooper Kupp, and like he still winds up getting his targets and his share every single week. So
it's gonna be a shootout, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, there's gonna be some drama in this game. This is 2 teams that are very high.
Run the score up. Run it up.
Yeah.
Run it up.
Drew, what do you think about this, man? I saw something that said about the coaches, like everybody was like, everybody just wants to hire Sean McVay cronies and all this stuff, and then like 3 of the final 4 teams are all like Sean McVay and like
Carbon
that right, that whole tree,
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for the young offensive masterminds that it took over the NFL for a little bit. You know what I mean? It might be a trend that slowed down lately, but for that couple of years, they were, if you were 33 and had an impressive coordinator,
get that man in,
tight end coach resume, you were getting a job. So it's good to see that the core group of them have a lasting power.
Yeah. And more to come, obviously. Like I feel like they're just scratching the surface. If they're all doing this now, we'll see how LaFleur does without Rodgers, though. If he leaves them,
I'm excited to see how Hackett does in Denver.
Aaron Rodgers might be excited to see that too.
Might need a closer look,
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the other side of the 49ers and what could be Jimmy Guarantee's farewell trip around San Francisco. 16 for 30, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. He only turned it over once.
But
he's Jimmy Guarantee, man. You know that one time's gonna happen.
I mean, of course, it's a guarantee.
You knew both these quarterbacks were going to throw at least one pick, and what did they do? They threw one pick.
Yeah, and according to Drew here, should have been some more picks for your boy Matt Stafford.
Yeah, 49ers dropped a one or two.
Yeah.
The stat that stuck out the most to me, though, for San Francisco, 50 rushing yards combined as a team. That's not San Francisco football.
Nah. But and I guess I have to give it to the defense. Maybe they sold out to stop the run. Like it wasn't like Jimmy G was going to do too much. Obviously, he didn't. Yeah. It still couldn't get it done. Yeah. But like Drew, I think that stat line tells a lot. That it's hella mediocre for Jimmy Guaranteed. You know what I mean?
Guaranteed.
50% completion percentage. And it wasn't like, he was throwing the ball down the field a lot. So put that man on the ferry, man. I mean, I don't know.
Stay tuned because I got a spicy Jimmy Garoppolo question for you in 3 and Out.
When you mention spicy and Jimmy Garoppolo, I get all tingly because that man named porn star. So like, hey, might be a different show. Be a different show. I got the robe on and everything. I'm ready.
Late nights with Nickel and Dime starts now. All right, I got some housekeeping notes for you. Been a good week, what you can expect when some teams start dropping out of contention. Big Ben officially done. He's retired. The jury is still out on if Tom Brady's retired or not. We keep hearing he is. We keep hearing that it's speculation. It's nothing official. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen. He called Tampa, said it's not. Who knows what in the world is going on? By the time this airs, it'll probably be something different. How do you feel? It could be.
Drew, honestly, I think it's too much smoke. It's too much smoke, man. It's too
ESPN's
much smoke.
Not backing down at all.
They're not backing down. I mean, either Tom wants to be petty or Tom wants to retire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's one of the two. But I think where there is too much smoke for there not to be fire. I think Tom's just taking his time a little bit. Yeah, gonna call it a career.
What's the rush?
That's what I'm saying. And he's on vacation.
I'm sure there's a deadline he's got to hit to get some kind of roster bonus or whatever. Who knows?
Yeah. And this is this is the problem for the Bucs moving forward is that's the one domino that is going to cause everything to change.
Are you going to be Tampa Bay or are you going to be Denver?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
A lot of good quarterbacks out there though. So I think y'all are in an okay spot.
Well, that's the problem though. So if Tom does decide to retire, if we can get that quarterback in, we're on the same trajectory
right now.
But if we don't, all the free agents,
no faith in trash.
Well, not yet. You know, I love Trask, but I need to see him do it.
That's fair. Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Would you rather have oh man, what was the second? Hold on 1 second. Okay, here we go. Got it. All right. Would you rather have a reunion of Jameis Winston or Matt Ryan?
Matt Ryan. Okay. Let me get Matty Ice. I thought about that the other day because like they were talking. I was just thinking about it, and apparently Drew, like we were talking about this in our group chat, a peek behind the kimono here, but Tampa Bay, if all the free agents decide to stay and Gronk doesn't retire and Lenny comes back, all that stuff with this roster minus Tom Brady, why would this roster not be an attractive roster for any free agent quarterbacks who want to come in?
Especially that's got a couple years left.
That's got a couple years left. Come in with this team, try to go win a championship. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if Aaron Rodgers goes to the AFC. Get out of here.
Or if
you're contending every year.
I don't think that there's
for as many years as you want to be there.
That Green Bay would trade him in the conference, but Aaron Rodgers is like obviously the perfect example. I don't think there's any way that it happens. You know what I'm saying? Because they actually play Green Bay this year. You know, Green Bay don't want that smoke. So I just don't think that it would happen. But you know, Russell Wilson, if we get a you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I mean, listen.
Hey, we've seen crazier things happen.
We have. Tom Brady came to Tampa Bay.
Exactly. Case in point.
Yep.
All right. Well, in the line of Brady and Patriot, Raiders set to hire, they did today hire Josh McDaniels as their new head coach.
Did they really, or is he gonna go back to New England this time again?
Is he gonna pull that again? He's like, nah,
He can't. He he is the ESPN in this case. Okay,
yeah.
He can't take
where was he going again? Where was he?
Colts.
Where did he? Colts. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Chicago hires Indy defensive coordinator Matt.
Eberflus.
I was about to say, you know me and names. Eberflus, a Bluffers.
Sounds like Wanderlust.
Eberflus like as their new head coach. Ryan Poles is their general manager.
Okay. I like hearing new general manager names that I haven't heard before.
Yeah, he was like the Chiefs director of player personnel or something like that.
Yeah.
Undrafted free agent. Played for Chicago. Great story. The rumor is going around that the old Chicago Bears owner didn't want to learn new names, so they got another Matt and a Ryan. And if that's true, hilarious.
I heard that. I mean, when you got that kind of money, nothing's ridiculous. Nothing's ridiculous.
You make your own rules.
Right.
You make your own rules. Another man that makes his own rules, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys are retaining McCarthy and Quinn for now.
I mean, shit, he might want to do that so he can keep Dan Quinn and just see how Dan Quinn does again and just elevate him. So you gotta keep him in the building.
Because they've been linked to the Saints, Sean Payton, who is stepping away from the team. I love that they've been saying stepping away from the team as opposed to retiring.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
they have his rights, and he's not going to be with them. He's retired. Until something happens, he's retired.
We gotta touch on this real quick. And I know I'll forgive me if you were bringing this up, but like you've probably seen on Netflix that Home Team is now available on Netflix, and it's Kevin James as Sean Payton in the year that he got suspended for Bounty Gate. This is a Netflix movie now, so they made a comedy out of this man getting suspended.
Has he said anything about how he feels about it or anything?
Why would you? He getting checks.
Yeah.
He got to be getting paid for it.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Like, honestly, my wife bought that up. Shout out to my wife. She bought that up. But like, I was like, damn, he did get suspended for Bounty Gate. What is they doing? What are they doing making a comedy out of this? And they didn't.
No original ideas out there. And then those original ideas are Sean Payton and Bounty Gate.
Dirty Saints.
Oh, man. Broncos hire Green Bay offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett as their new head coach, thus lighting the fuse that is the Aaron Rodgers to Denver rumors that we're probably going to hear off season long until Aaron Rodgers makes a decision.
Ooh. I mean, I'm I'm here for it. Honestly, I'm here for it. I just want to see, like, I feel like the Aaron Rodgers drama is just it's the kind of drama I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is, but I just don't want to see him in Green Bay, and I want Bay fans to be hurt. I don't know I don't know what's going on with me today.
I don't know. I got nothing against Green Bay. I kind of want to see him stay because it's just another NFC team that doesn't get in Tampa Bay's way.
Oh yeah. Oh, true. It's self-serving. It's all self-serving.
That's fair. Giants hire Mara got his guy. Giants hire Brian Dabble as their new head coach coming over from Buffalo.
Yeah, man. I love to see this because I'm a huge Brian Daboll fan. And the players, do you see the players' reactions on Twitter and stuff like that?
They hyped.
Defensive players are hyped.
That's what you want, when a coach comes over. You got to want to play for him. We've all seen them lose the locker room, and that never ends well for anybody.
Quick, it's been happening in New York for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, when your coach that says it's so hard to stay behind him. Bengals tight end Uzama carted off with a knee injury. As of the recording, we had no update, so don't know if his Super Bowl is over or if he gets to play in the big game. But if he doesn't, that's a big loss for Cincinnati.
It is. Sneaky, good play, clutch play guy.
You think you got their trifecta of wide receivers locked up, and then he destroys you down the middle for 30.
Yep.
Last note, New York Jets and Detroit Lions are the coaching staffs for the Senior Bowl this year.
Detroit Lions and who else would you say?
New York Jets.
I can imagine that the seniors are not getting excited for that.
So you're with who? Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't usually play this good.
Maybe Dan Campbell.
I'd want to play for him, man.
Yeah. Maybe he'll get you excited. But hey, man. But if we have told y'all anything on this show, Nickel and Dom, watch the Senior Bowl, man, and learn these cats because they will be on your team making plays. Like there's been players coming out of the Senior Bowl every single year that stick on rosters and want to be very good players. And you're like, where did he come from? He came from the Senior Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Watch
Especially if you didn't get to watch a lot of college football. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Because if you don't, unfortunately, even for me, a lot of times, if they're not on Alabama or Georgia.
Yeah, these are going to be your second
or UNC.
Right. Yeah, those are the first round guys. These cats going here, they might sneak them in, but these are going to be your second, third, fourth round guys.
They're going to be your starters in 2 years.
Yep.
They're going to be your guys that stick around for 14 years.
Yep. Love it.
I hear you. All right, well, let's get into my favorite segment. Time for some 3 and out. I'm gonna hit you with this first down.
All right. Let's do it.
Oh, Jimmy Guarantee, probably done in San Francisco. Where would you like to see him land next year? Is he a backup? Is he a starter? What does Jimmy G do in 2022?
Well, see, this is the problem, though, is because when you're good looking, people will convince themselves that you
gets another chance because of his look
that you can't do. And there's some teams out there with worse quarterbacks than Jimmy G, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, say Kirk Cousins leaves, right?
I was thinking Minnesota.
Vikings would probably love to have Jimmy G, somebody steady to steady the ship. There are teams with worse quarterbacks out there. Hell, I mean, Jimmy G would start in Detroit right now over Jared Goff. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna do that.
Is he a Campbell guy? I think Campbell would spit him up or chew him up and spit him up.
But like he'll definitely be a starter. I think if he sucks wherever he's going, and he's going, that's when he'll be a backup. So he'll be a backup in 2024 if he stinks it up next year for sure.
I unfortunately can see to a certain extent a Sam Darnold situation here. Like a fan base gets super happy about a Matt Stafford and Rodgers. And then he goes to a team and your team's left with this year's Sam Darnold, which might be Jimmy G. I'm looking at you, Denver fans.
Yeah, because
Get
I
excited about Aaron Rodgers.
Imagine Jimmy G without Kyle Shanahan as a coach, and that's what it's going to be.
Well, we're going to see what Nathaniel Hackett can
do. Oh man, damn, you gotta hit him like that. All right, we're moving on to second down.
Yeah.
All right, so second down, Drew. The question has to be asked: if you are Odell Beckham Jr. playing on a 1-year contract, what is the best move for you in 2022?
If I win a Super Bowl, I might go get paid. Because even if you stay with the Rams, what's the likelihood of you running it back?
Hard. It's hard to do.
It's hard to do. Might as well try to pick another team that's on the rise. You might as well try to pick jump onto a Denver, Raiders team.
Selling.
Go to Chicago, play with Justin Fields. Maybe he gets it down with an offensive coordinator, which Packers quarterback coach is now the Chicago offensive coordinator. So
sidebar with this kind of adding on to this question, I got a kind of follow-up question for you. But do you think that if he does leave, it's because he wants to be a number one, or is he more of a like, I can be a contributor, not necessarily the guy? You know what I'm saying?
I think he needs to understand that he's probably got like 2 more paydays in him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the Rams, with all that star-studdedness, can keep everybody. So he's going to have to take a pay cut. Yeah. And he did a prove it, discount, but he proved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to capitalize on it.
Yeah. I completely understand. I
think it can be a combination of financial, and I think OBJ is also that let's see what's next kind of guy. He was like, I don't know. Let's see what's out there.
I think I'm done here. Yeah, I think I'm done here. Yeah. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, especially if a big market comes calling, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I can see it.
What if we had a Giants reunion? What if New York came calling? And he felt like he
ain't going nowhere. It ain't gonna be no quarterback. I don't think he's doing that anymore.
I mean, if they get a quarterback, a lot of things can fall into place.
Right, you're right. All right, what you got on third down, man?
Third down, the Cincinnati Bengals made the huge jump this year out of nowhere. Give me a team that could do that next year.
Oh man, a team that could jump and come from out of nowhere next year?
Yeah.
Like a worst to first kind of situation?
Yeah. Who's a candidate for that next year?
I just kind of looking at what I'm looking at here. All right, I'm just looking at all the teams, just trying to, because like a whole bunch of teams are so far out of it right now. Like, they're so far from my mind that I got to look at what teams are actually out there again. And honestly, I'll probably say, I think the easiest candidate, and I don't even want to give this one, but the easiest candidate is probably Seattle, especially if Russell Wilson winds up staying. Like, I don't think they're going to be 7-10 next year, just for sheer them bouncing back, how crazy the NFC West it is every year. I think they're an easy candidate. I gotta say, Carolina's a good candidate. I thought they were going to make a leap this year.
If we can figure some things out.
If they can figure some things out. Chicago. I guess I'll go Chicago.
Yeah. Okay. I like Chicago. I think the Jets could follow the Cincinnati blueprint.
I mean,
some big draft picks. They got a young quarterback who, I mean, granted, didn't look as good as Burrow did his first year. I can't make those comparisons because Burrow's on his way to being a great one day. But
yeah, man.
I just think they got a young quarterback. I mean, a young coach, a young quarterback, some pieces missing in the offense. Who knows? They could find 3 studs at wide receiver. They got Corey Davis. He could be one of them. That's for sure.
I mean, he definitely could. I love Corey
Davis. Salah's going to build up that defense. So I could see the Jets turning it around.
All right. So, all right. Listen, I guess the 2 teams that everybody in fourth down, the 2 teams that everybody kind of thought would be fighting it out to go to the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. I have to ask you one simple question about each of these teams and give me an answer that is not all on the surface. What do these two teams need to do, or how do these two teams move forward after these losses to an upstart Bengals? Like they're clearly a contender. What do they need to do to get them back over the hump and over the other team that's in their way?
Bills got to get some kind of run game, consistent run game.
Yeah.
Josh Allen can't be your leading rusher every game. It just can't, because he's going to be
Starting to step up.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. I mean, if that's the answer, cool. But feed him, build up the offensive line for the run game, which the offensive line handles the pass just fine. I don't know why they can't get the run going.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to dedicate more time to the run game if you're Buffalo, because Josh Allen's been bulletproof so far, but we all know the story. Cam Newton was bulletproof. Lamar Jackson was bulletproof. Andrew Luck was bulletproof. They're going to start wearing down. They're going to start getting injured.
Happens to everybody, man.
You can't do this forever. And Josh Allen definitely puts himself in risk factor. A little stat that I heard that I didn't think about, but made me kind of optimistic for his future, is Patrick Mahomes and finding out that he was dealing with a toe injury at the beginning of the year. And what did he do? He played smart. He became a pocket passer. He protected his injury and still was there. Yes, the team wasn't as successful, but they were way more successful than if the backup was on the field. So he adapted to playing with what he had to do.
Yeah.
And that's way more, like, I can imagine a bunch of these young guys would be like, I don't care about my toe. I'm running anyway. Like Pat Mahomes was smart about it and he played to it. So the Bills need to establish a run game, and the Chiefs need to figure out who is their offense other than Kelsey, Hill, and Mahomes.
And they got to figure that out. I think you hit the nail right on the head on that one. But like, where do you think they go though? Like, or put it this way, follow-up question on this one. Where do you think the Chiefs go in the draft? Like, just off the top of your head, where do they need to go?
They need some secondary help. They got to get rid of Sorensen. You got to go.
Dirty Dan.
And Thornhill's a great third option at safety, but he doesn't need to be in that. He needs to be a rotation guy. He's not the guy. Honey Badger had some health issues. They need to get him some support. So I think they need to get safety help. I would love to see another DB in there, another cornerback. And then, I would love to see a massive I know they don't make DK Metcalfs every day, but I would love to see like a 6'3" wide receiver. Like I don't even know if he's out there,
Yeah. Like Josh Gordon in his prime, they had him, but apparently he is not.
He ain't in his prime no more.
Maybe they need the Josh Gordon experiment needs to be done, because he's been on rosters and hadn't done anything. So but technically he has that body type.
Yeah. So I think they need secondary help and another weapon.
All right.
Assuming they keep McKinnon. Got to keep McKinnon for this to work.
Yeah. I don't think there's any way they can let him go with his up and down as Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been. Like, I don't think there's any way they could really, like, he's their best option unless McKinnon, that's what I'm saying. Unless somebody falls to him in the draft. But like, do you still want to spend that draft capital after you just spent that draft capital on CEH? You know what I'm saying?
You roll with what you got, because Gore is a great third. I mean, you got Williams. Like, they got bodies.
Yeah. I like it.
All right.
I like
nice.
it.
Well, Shawn, I thought it would be fun since we got a whole nother episode to dedicate to the Super Bowl and the matchup, and we have talked about the Bengals and the Rams. We'll talk about them here in just a second, just our first impressions. But I thought it'd be fun to hit you with some Super Bowl facts. I did some digging, just so maybe if you're not a big fan of the Super Bowl, or you're like, why is this a big deal? This will get you excited about it. The first, it's back in LA this year, so that's nice.
Right.
The first Super Bowl was played in LA back when it was still called the NFC AFC Championship. They didn't even call the Super Bowl until Super Bowl III.
Somebody is a marketing genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last time it was hosted in LA was 29 years ago, 1993. So it's been a while. Nice little history there. The players are paid extra. Fun little fact: the winning team, every player gets an additional 150,000. The losing team gets 75. I'd still take it.
I feel like there should be more of a discrepancy. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you lost the Super Bowl. Like, you take the 75, right? Yeah.
Commercials are expensive too. 30-second ad this year is going to be $6.5 million.
You better sell them products if you spend that money.
30 seconds. 30 seconds last year was 5.6. Inflation.
Damn. Inflation.
For Super Bowl I, a 30-second ad cost $37,000.
Damn.
That was a lot of money back then.
Right, it was. It's like they got paid more than half of what the loser of the Super Bowl gets paid. You know what I'm saying? Right now. So, you mean to tell me that the NFL is getting 6.5 million for 30 seconds of commercial, and you only paying the loser and the winner 150K?
And you're surprised Goodell has a private jet?
Oh my God, this guy. What are y'all doing? NFLPA, do better. Do better.
That revenue sharing for the owners, man.
Man, do better.
Now I see why players get pissed at the collective bargaining agreement. But you made how much from?
They're getting housed.
Just think how many commercials there are. And some of those ad spaces are a minute commercials. So they're buying 2 30-second ads.
Yep. 2 of them things.
Oh, okay. Yep. Super Bowl is a big day for eating. It's the number 2 most consumed food day in America, only behind Thanksgiving.
Damn right.
1 billion chicken wings.
I want them all.
I know.
I want them all.
There are 12 current NFL teams who have never won a Super Bowl, Bengals being on that list.
Bengals, it's your time, baby. It's
the Bengals, they're 0-2 in Super Bowls, losing both times to the 49ers. So at least they're not playing the 49ers.
They are due, baby. They are due.
The Rams have been 4 times with a 1-3 record.
Wait. Nah. Wait, because the Greatest Show on Turf only had 1 Super Bowl?
1 Super Bowl.
Damn.
Yeah.
The Greatest Show on Turf only had they won 2, right?
They lost to the Patriots, beat the Titans.
Damn. Yeah. What a waste. Oh my God.
Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and King Kendrick are the halftime show. I want to see how that goes.
I'm so pissed. That's another reason why I am pissed, because I wanted to be the team to have Dr. Dre and Kendrick Lamar and Mary J. Blige
be tied to him forever. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's why, I'm blinded by the light. That is me. That's this championship right here. That is that. Whenever you think of that song, think of this. That's because we won when he performed at the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That's us. I wanted that again. I wanted Kendrick.
Yeah, Kendrick's good.
God damn it.
Yeah. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, and Catherine Tappan are calling the game.
Who?
You got to listen to Collinsworth.
Here's a guy.
Yeah. Chris with a CR. Of the
I do like his little rolling. It's a Chris Collinsworth thing, but he took it, nobody else is doing it. I kind of appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Of the 10 most watched TV programs of all time, 9 of them are Super Bowls.
Of course. NFL is king.
Everyone watches it. The Super Bowl. Even if you don't care about football, you watch the Super Bowl.
When y'all figure that out, then we'll be fine. But NFL is king. They do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Whatever they want.
Wilson is the official game ball, and about 120 are used in the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
120 footballs, most of them for kicking.
Yeah,
Get a
okay.
new
Yeah,
ball
that
every
makes
time they
sense.
kick it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I can see that.
And then the last little fun fact I got for you: Phil Simms was the first to say, winning quarterback to say, "I'm going to Disney World," and he was paid
Phil Simms.
$75,000 to do so.
Dang. Phil, I know we keep circling back to this, but $75,000 back then when Phil Simms won his first Super Bowl is what the losing team gets paid now in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, man. Y'all are getting housed, NFLPA.
Yeah.
Inflation. We just talked about that. This is common economics here, people. Come on.
Yeah. One step above the NCAA right now.
All these fun facts just piss me off because y'all getting housed, NFL players.
Yeah. Well, of course, we'll stop in on our locks real quick because, like last year, heading into the Super Bowl, we are tied 22-19 apiece. You picked the Bengals. I picked the Chiefs. Point you. I picked the Rams. You picked the Niners. Point me. Therefore, tie.
Yeah. Yeah. If we're nothing, we're consistent. You know what I mean?
The Rams are opening up as a 3.5-point favorite, so we will make sure we get our locks in next week for you, so you can tell us who's right, who's wrong. We might pick the same team. Who knows? But what are your initial thoughts heading into this Super Bowl? Just real quick.
I mean, aside from the obvious, that being I want the Rams to lose, I just I really think that there's something about this Bengals team. There's just something about this team. There hasn't been a young quarterback aside from Patrick Mahomes to come in and just completely change his franchise. And we're due. Like, you had a whole bunch. It was Tom Brady. It was Ben Roethlisberger winning the Super Bowl in the second year. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was Aaron Rodgers winning the Super Bowl. We haven't, aside from Patrick Mahomes, we have not seen that. A number one overall pick has yet to live up to what this man is doing right now, like that I can think of in recent memory. You know what I'm saying? Like, number one overall pick.
You got to go back to what, Peyton?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, I mean, and that, like, geez.
And especially more recently when more quarterbacks are getting pushed to that number one pick that aren't necessarily the best player in the draft.
Yep.
But they're the best quarterback in the draft.
Yep. Yeah. So, I just think it's that recipe. If they can continue, if the Bengals, the number one thing is going to be keeping Burrow upright. And honestly,
offensive line,
for as much as you say Tyler Boyd, I think it's going to be Joe Mixon. I want it to be Joe Mixon. You know what I'm saying? I love me some Joe Mixon. Get him involved because Joe Mixon can catch out of the backfield. That's not necessarily what they need him to do. He's very.
Ryan could show up a time or two too.
Well, exactly. So they got two horses that can carry him, but they're going to need to do something to throw that D line off. Drew, what's your first impression, man? What you thinking?
I mean, this is what the Rams sold all these draft picks for, right? This is what they went all in. They pushed all the chips into the middle. This is what the Von Miller acquisition, the OBJ second chance, the building around Aaron Donald, going and getting Matt Stafford, not having a first round draft pick till 2050. This is what this is for.
You're right.
They made it there. Right. Can they win? Especially when the whole team. It's so weird because they're kind of, and I know you have a reason for hating them, but they're kind of falling into the villain by default. Like, each Super Bowl's got to have a good team and a bad team. It's just, it's how it always is. And the Patriots and de facto last year, Brady and it was so funny because the Chiefs were the good guys and the Bucks were the bad guys last year, which I know you're fine being the bad guy. I feel like you were, but I feel like after this, the Chiefs got, and it's because of Jackson Mahomes. I get it, but the Chiefs have kind of become the bad guy now, and it's so funny of how each year a team can be the face and the villain, you know. So I feel like de facto, because everyone's loving Burrow, everyone's loving the Bengals. They're the fun pick. They went from last to first. the de facto the Rams have become the villain here, and it's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is like, and not only that, but like you're talking about we were talking about Jimmy G being good looking or whatever, but like they have like Cooper Kupp. Don't leave your girl around him, okay? Like that's all I'm saying. Don't leave your girl around Cooper Kupp, and like that guy's the villain. And like honestly, you're
Matt
exactly
Stafford's
right.
wife had brain surgery, and he was there every step of the way. Bad guy.
Bad guy. Now Aaron Donald, but like he's that defensive guy. Like you can understand that. But
everyone loves making Ramsey the villain. Von Miller's a villain.
Of course.
The defense is, I'm sure, going to embrace it.
Well, and
because every defense want to be the bad guy.
For as funny as you say about Von Miller, like Von Miller is like all around a great guy.
I just hate him.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate him so much. He murdered. I had to watch him. Yeah. It's like the villain in the movies kills your paw in front of you. You know?
Yeah.
Guns him down.
Yeah.
I had to watch Von Miller murder Cam Newton on a Super Bowl.
He hasn't been the same. He wasn't ever the same again. Oh man. Yeah, so I understand that. But you're right, and it's because the Bengals are an underdog team. Lovable. They're just lovable, man. They're fun. But is fun going to win the Super Bowl? You know what I'm saying?
Really,
and like
really good question.
The storylines aren't going to win them the game.
I think that's a perfect Rams opening up as a 3.5 point favorite, because who knows?
And that's home cooking.
I don't know how this game's going to go.
I don't either.
I love it. I'm so pumped for it. I know you're going to be pulling against the Rams. I don't care. I don't.
Yep. I'm definitely going to be pulling against the Rams. I just hope like I'm not around a Rams fan, because like they'll just get pissed off at me or whatever, you know? So
going to any party or anything?
I don't think so. Nobody wants my sad energy around them, like, especially if it's their team.
Bad juju. Get out of here.
Yeah, man. Nah, they don't need that.
Nah, I hear you, man. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll hit you back next week with some more in-depth Super Bowl. Might have a guest or two. Might need to bring on Mr. Randy Slack to talk about his Bengals again.
Got to.
But in the meantime, Shawn, where can they find you?
At the Kid Suds on Twitter, man. Hit us up at nickel_Dom. FB on Twitter at the illustrious nickel_Dom football on Instagram. Drew, where can they find you and your content at, bro?
DrewHarrisonComedy.com. About to be a new revamped site, so check it out. You're going to want to check all this stuff out. On Instagram at Laugh with Harrison. Got a lot of fun shows coming up. Come see me on the road. Get your official nickel and dime football sticker while you're at it. I'll have a couple with me at all times. But just hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week for the Super Bowl predictions. Here, hold on one second. Let me. Yeah, I want to. They beat the Titans, and then Brady won his first Super Bowl championship against them.
Tommy
started it. I didn't mean to reopen that one. I apologize.
Don't leave, Tommy.